Do you remember that drawer I got the potatoes from? There weren't just potatoes in there.
Green screen.
This recording is going to be very weirdly short because I'm going to talk at you and try to think of things I can put on the green screen, and then most of the work's going to be done in post. Some sensible person provided clips. There's a matte side and a shiny side. Which way round do I do it? It would be helpful if I looked at the instructions, but that's not going to happen. Moment of truth. Green screen. It's not perfect, but it'll do, donkey. I need to monologue in order to give myself some footage to put backgrounds on. And no, I'm not going to Google how to set up I already have Googled how to set up a green screen very briefly. You're supposed to have no wrinkles, be 6 to 10 foot away from the green screen, and do all the stuff in post-editing, and have it lit separately to you so that the shadow doesn't affect it, but I haven't done any of that, so we'll see how this goes. Life is a roller coaster of learning. Anyway, the story of the green screen. A couple of years ago, I was in with some really hip people in the media space. I was like in temporarily. We did a Secret Santa at Christmas. I put green screen on my wish list, and because they were media, they went, that's a good idea. Got me a green screen. And I haven't used it since. Until today, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm just sitting with a green background. How do you know I'm not AI? It'll be a lot more polished. Ow. Don't get me wrong, I'm a top monologuer, but I feel like the best way to use the green screen is maybe to do like a get to know you, and I'll put the answers in the green screen. You're welcome post-editing me. It's like I'm holding you prisoner, but you came to cuddle me. She still hasn't left. Who would think that would make any self-respecting cat leave? But no! She's left now. 99 ice-breaking questions. Awkward. Normally I will break an awkward silence, but the other day somebody brought up something that I was really not happy about. Just because it was like a really stressful thing and it made me think about it again. I left it and it was about 3 minutes of awkward silence, and I was like, I'm not breaking this. Got 99 questions and I might cut some. What is your favourite local spot and why? I reckon Noops. The Covered Market's nice, and Scriptum is a really, really nice stationery shop, and it's like mystic and it's everything that you hope Oxford will be. It's on the more expensive side, but they stock some really nice things and they have to cover really high overheads because Oxford. Do you have a morning beverage and how do you take it? Yes, I do. I take it hot. What is one thing on your bucket list? Oh, that's a hard one because we did go traveling for 2 years, but there's so many other places we'd want to go to, but I can't like put every single place up because there's so many places that you just come across. And the problem is that is also the next one. I feel like more travel is another thing on our bucket list. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you want to travel most? Again, loads and loads of places. Francis really wants to go back to Japan, so Hokkaido. I really want to go to Helsinki because we weren't able to do that as we came back. What do you like to listen to when you're in the car? If you've got a good sound system in the car and not just like leaning over a phone trying to hear it over the engine and the road and everything. Crime Junkie. That is our road trip playlist. What would your dream vacation consist of? Not having sore feet. I feel like that's really underrated. Like just feeling really crap, getting all hyped up to be somewhere and going, I really want to do this, and this. And you don't know about it necessarily unless you're someone who really plans it, at which point it's we tend to waste our mornings planning it and then feeling a bit sad that we haven't made the most of the day. So not doing that, having not sore feet and just experiencing the place, and maybe budgeting it better so we could just chuck a load of money into it because I'm always like, no, that's too expensive. Do you like to go camping? I don't mind going camping. I don't like stinky toilets. I'm all right with bugs, but I don't like bugs in my sleeping area, and also don't like dirt and stuff. So when you've got a muddy sleeping bag, that's just irritating. I really like being in a tent when it's raining outside, but you're not worried about the water getting in, and it's going to be a lovely sunny day the next day, so everything's going to dry off. It's very specific. What is the last show you watched and loved? I've been watching quite a lot of TV recently. I'm looking forward to The Other Bennett Sister, but it's not fully out yet, but it will be very soon. I think the last one I was really impressed by was Ludwig, because I'm a bit 50-50 on David Mitchell, but he really impressed me with that, and his recent history book. What is your go-to outfit and why? Leggings and a comfy top, because I have to be comfortable. What is your favourite thing about yourself? I think my brain. Everything goes, doesn't it? I like being able to think laterally and come up with solutions to problems that people don't always think about. If you had to move to another country, where would you choose? My heart says Australia, but it's also perpetuating issues because the Australia that I experienced is a white privileged person's Australia. There's that, and there's also the fact that there's a lot of sexism there that you don't really appreciate until you're in the workplace, and I wouldn't want my family growing up there and having to experience that. Compared to the UK, is a chunk of time behind, and that's not okay. I do really like the Netherlands. I also like Scandinavia. The Netherlands we were considering moving to at one point, but you can't have dual citizenship, or there's something a bit funny about that. And then Scandinavia, I do really like Sweden, but I just we've got a life here and it's a bit tricky. What's your biggest pet peeve? Until recently, I don't think I would have necessarily classified these as pet peeves, but as an immunocompromised individual currently and somebody who has now got some mobility issues, people are really inconsiderate. I feel like when there's someone pregnant nearby, I go out my way to be like, oh, would you like to sit down? Shall I move out of your way? In general, I don't like people getting their germs around me. People just like open mouth cough at you. I think being considerate of other people. I'm not sure about this next one, but it is relevant to me, so I'm going to share it. We keep being gifted things because pregnancy and a lot of this stuff people don't necessarily think, are people fussy? I'm trying to minimize microplastics, and these toys that you get given, they're 100% polyester outline and then 100% polyester filling, and people just don't think. So they give you these really cute little things and they're like, it's amazing, it's brand new, it's lovely. And you just go, that's 100% polyester, I don't really want it around my child, who will inevitably go, because that's what kids do. Kids are disgusting and they put things in their mouths all the time. I put so much effort into trying to find clothes that are cotton, secondhand, all that sort of stuff. And then you get given these lovely gifts and you're like, I really, really appreciate the thought, but I wish that you'd spoken to me about it first. I don't want to be the person who goes, oh, there's a gift, how horrible, you didn't do this, this and this. I don't want to be that person. We're getting more towards thinking about it in other ways of life. We're using vintage and so on, but there's just this culture around new babies, I think, where you just chuck money at it and you come out with this pile of plastic, which is so frustrating. I don't like it and it peeves me off. And currently it's either people coughing at me and endangering us. That's probably my biggest pet peeve. Do you like sharing food? No, I hate sharing food. Because you go, all right, this is what I'm going to eat. And they're like, with all the love in the world, that's mine. I will do it, but I won't do it with a smile on my face unless I'm full. If there's an abundance of food, that's fine, but there's not normally an abundance of the vegetarian stuff. People keep eating the margarita pizza and it's like there is pineapple and ham and bacon and pepperoni all like everywhere else. Leave the margarita vegetarian pizza alone. What's your favourite thing on your desk and why? My laptop, because it is an infinite source of entertainment. Doom scrolling for entertainment. Where was the last place you travelled? Dublin, outside the UK. Do you speak any languages other than English? Yes, I do. I speak relatively advanced German and less advanced than that Spanish. I'm not fluent by any stretch, but I can understand a fair amount in both of them. If you could be fluent in a language you don't know, what would it be? It's got to be Mandarin. The script is just mind-blowing. Do you have any dietary restrictions? Yes, I'm very fussy. I'm not allergic to anything, touch wood, but I'm very fussy. Do not make me any food. It's safest all around. If you could only watch one show for the rest of your life, what would it be? It's got to be Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You fall into a black hole with that. It's so good. And I love Hulk. Nine-Nine! If you had the chance to go to outer space, would you do it? I don't think I would, you know. It would be really, really cool, but the backlash on the women that did it, I feel like the circumstances would probably be similar where people would be watching you and I'd probably say something stupid. And also it's scary. Have you ever egged someone's house? No. Goody two shoes. Have you ever pooed your pants? Yeah, everyone has pooed their pants. Next question. Have you ever laughed so hard you spat out your drink? No, I haven't, but I do have a slightly mortifying story. Retainers, elastics. We were having a meal with somebody, we were trying to give a good impression. My elastic decided to twang out of my mouth and hit them in the face. Oh. And then fell onto their plate. I was just mortified. They were like, is this yours? And they put it back on my plate and I was just like, I'm not sure what to do from here. I spent the rest of the meal oscillating between laughing hysterically, uncontrollably out of awkwardness and the fact that it was hilarious. What are the odds? It twangs out at the exact moment you're trying to do a good impression with somebody. It didn't twang out before that. It was the first time I'd ever done it and it was just absolutely mortifying. This or that. Early bird or night owl? I'm probably a night owl, though I'd like to be an early bird. Sweet, savoury or sour? Sweet. Work from home or in person? From home. You save so much on the commute. Personal driver or personal chef? I think it's got to be personal chef. I'm too controlling to be okay with a personal driver. Though if you're looking at that sort of money, I'd probably do something else with it. Lifetime free travel or free food? Ooh, that is a tough one. Only because I would automatically say free travel. So cost benefit analysis, free food is probably better value. But then if you had free travel, you might travel more, but then you'd eat more food out and that'd be more expensive. I don't know. That's a tough one. Silence or background noise? Background noise. I think, though, that might get a bit distracting if you're trying to sleep. As long as I could choose it, background noise. Going out or staying in? Going out, I think. Though automatically I stay in. Minimalist or maximalist? Mediumist? I am quite minimal, but I also like buying things. Savoury or spender? Similar to the aforementioned question, I try to save as much as possible, but I do like buying things. Cocktail, mocktail. Mocktail. Vacation or staycation? Vacation. Sparkling or still? Window or aisle seat? Window. Silver, gold or both? I guess both. I went through a phase where everything I had was silver because it's a lot less expensive and I think it suits my skin tone better. But I'm getting to that stage in my life where I feel like gold is what I deserve. I was literally like, I'm pregnant, get me gold stuff. And it's like expensive. So it's very, very thin and small gold stuff, but it's still gold. because I'm worth it. So that was green screen, hopefully, or green background, and getting to know me. Put your answers in the comments below and we'll compare and contrast. If you've got any comments on the green screen, I kind of don't want to hear it. You know, it's the lazy element of it. Let me just live my life. I'm probably not going to use the green screen very much, but it's good to have something in the back pocket in case I don't know, get some creative inspiration. Have a lovely week. See you next time. Bye.